Ah! Told you you'd be surprised. No matter what happens now in the test, the video title wasn't a lie. So we've got the 15V back here. I've done an edge test yesterday, filmed a video on it, and when this is uploading, this will be the second part of this little series on this steel. So today what we're doing is we're getting the TS Prof and we're putting my usual edge on the knife. It's a 17 degree, pretty high mirror polished edge, and you're going to see how it cuts with that. Now 15V being a high vanadium steel, that may not be the best configuration for it. I'm not sure. I'll probably do a coarser version of it again later on, but given that these tests tend to take a while because, as even shown on the last factory edge video, it's a pretty long-lasting steel. I get a bit sore doing much more than one cut test at a time with a steel like this. So we're going to do this one today. So that's going to be the video. Eagle-eyed fans last time will have noticed a little special thing hidden away for the most pure reviewers. My fly was down, of course. So there we are. That's something I shan't repeat today. Oh my God, it's down again. What's wrong with me? I've just been to the shops. I don't know, man. Just the little things. I'm too chaotic. I can film and upload a video, can't zip up my pants. Righto, let's sharpen it on the TS Prof. I'll show you how it looks under the Macroscope. It's more of a Macroscope, really. It's not super high zoom, but it's a pretty good zoom. And then we'll do a cut test, and I'll provide commentary about how the steel was to sharpen, and of course how it performed. Enough talking. 2 minutes of that is enough. Let's get into it. Alrighty, got myself a nice, pretty high polished edge on it. To me it looks like a mirror, but then when you put it under a microscope, it's just a nice, neat edge. Microscope cares not for the mirror. But yeah, it's a nice edge, and it's about the edge that I usually put on these things before I edge test them. So we're in a perfect position to do an edge test. So let's do that right now. I am probably going to go and put a glove on, because this part of the paramilitary too just shreds the hand, because you always end up holding it weird, and this is going to be a bit of a marathon, I suspect. So gonna have to hydrate, gonna have to get myself sorted, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, come at me now. Show. Very sharp. Feels sharper than that factory edge, that's for sure, but maybe it's just different and not sharper necessarily. Fresh hank of rope. Alrighty. slightly. Not even noticing it. Oh, twisted sisal splinters, man. No, jeez. Ouch. Just 600. Untangle the rope. 700, 200, 100 checks now. Which point, but 700. Does not feel any different than 0. Oh, 1000. Another hank of rope for somewhere, don't know. Yeah. Keep this on standby, I think. $11 double zero. Doesn't feel much different than 0 0 0 0. $11.80, but I need to change hanks anyway, so you know what? No, I'll stick to my system. Let's see it at 12. 20 more. 1200. That is still feeling like a new edge. At 1200 cuts through this rope. Alrighty. 1300 cuts through this rope. We're absolutely in Rex 121 territory right now, without a doubt. Anything from here onwards is about the performance of Rex 121 on, you know, with a good heat treatment as well. So that's perhaps the power of the vanadium there. 1300, let's go. That's 1400 cuts, folks, and that is a perfectly crisp and clear, without hiccup, even slightly, without even a hint of hiccup, paper slice. 1400 cuts of twisted sisal rope. Just reminding you that the husk knife, the husk knife, they will cut about 20 times and then be thoroughly done. Just for argument's sake, K390 would have stopped about 400 cuts ago, and that is one of the best edge retaining steels. So, and that's, you know, also on Spyderco. So there we go. It's 1400. Let's see how far this guy goes. My arm's past pain now. It's just in a bit of a numb coma state. So actually feeling good. Maybe it was that birthday cake protein bar I ate. I mean, I'm happy because this is the longest a steel knife has ever lasted. We're still obviously very far from the Raven Knives elastic ceramic, which is over 2000, but I mean, hell, I don't know, this doesn't even feel like it's slowing down yet, so that would be crazy, but we'll see. Probably not quite expecting that, but I mean, geez, anything's possible. Alright, you've got a hint of what might feel like although that was with the other direction on the paper, so hint of what might feel like a soft spot. Actually, it might be a soft spot. 1 second, I'll just go with the same grain. Yeah, so there is a slight rough spot, but it is still doing the slice when I slice at 1600. I'm going to go to 1650 and see if that has then become a more or less, and this is a very, very diet word, like I say dull meaning the littlest possible dullness, but it might be a dull spot at 1650, so we'll check. $16.50. I mean, it might have just been a piece of rope shoved right up into the steel. It's still a slightly toothy spot there, but it's definitely not stopping. So another 50. It's still going. It's. I'm wishing it wasn't, but it's still going. It's 700, 1700. It's, you know, I'm going to give it 50 more. To 1800, 1850 will it be? Or 1900? Whichever one. Oh, it's just so I'm delirious. Right. $52, so 1902. Stupid. Oh my god. It's just not giving me anything to really pull it out of the test yet on. But even when I push cut on the exact bit I'm using, 1900, it's still fine. It's at 20 minutes of cutting rope. Yeesh. So that cut 2,000 times through twisted sisal rope before it no longer sliced. And you know, this is still bloody sharp. Like, it's not dull by any means. It just doesn't have that crazy, it's lost its like paper slicing, like very edge apex, and that's it. Ridiculous. Even the factory edge with this steel holds better, and that's with probably just a belt ground, you know, factory finish done. Did better than when I sharpened 20CV, M390. It's up there with when I sharpened K390. Yeah, this stuff is pretty intense, pretty crazy edge holding steel, this 15V here. And I know Sean and Sal and Eric really put their heads together and did a special heat treatment idea for it, and there was a whole lot to it. So it is definitely an endeavor in edge retention. And I don't know if you put stock in my testing or not. You know, if you think it's a bit off, or, you know, people have all sorts of thoughts on how to measure these things. I just always think when you see this huge pile of twisted sisal rope, right? That's just so much abrasive cutting with a thin knife blade, and the knife is still by no means dull. Like, you know, even if whether you really get hung up on the numbers or not, a knife cutting 2,000 times through the rope, even if I'm, you know, I'm just a person and I'm just doing my best kind of thing, 2,000 times is about double what most other knives will do with this edge that I put on. So this is definitely something. Even if you really temper your faith in this endeavor in the whole, and even if you think, well, we'll give them half credit, it's still about 50% more than any other knife, basically any other knife with a pretty conventional, like, dude finished edge. When Gabe over at the Home Slice channel put a really sort of specific, really high performance edge on Magna Cut, I've got that to 1500 before, but that's like an edge that I couldn't do myself, or that I'd have to learn to do. This is just me doing a really good edge on a really good sharpening system, which is probably the same sort of sharpening systems that you all have at home, whether you've got TS Prof or KME or even the new Work Sharp, whatever it is. You'll be able to replicate this edge pretty well. I'm not a great sharpener by any means. I just have a good kit to do it with. So this is something that you can really get excited about, having this level of performance on your decidedly rare 15V pocket knife, unfortunately. But there we go. Very interesting data point. I don't know how it's looking under the microscope. I've obviously been running that while I've been talking to you. Good job to Spyderco and to Sean and to the Steel Nerd gang for this. It's a pretty impressive result there, as far as I'm concerned.